Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Sorry, I said that wrong. My throat's clogged up here. This is the Digital Asset Investor, and I am pissed off. I'm a dog with a bone because yesterday, what we saw yesterday was just further, I thought, okay, we're going to just kind of see this thing through and I'm going to kind of pull off a little bit and just kind of let this thing play out. And I hadn't been like going and looking for video actively and all this stuff. But you know what? When the SEC yesterday wanted to make this thing go all the way to possibly December or into 2023, it pissed me off like it pissed you off, because I know what's going on here. And we know what's really going on here. And so I said, you know what? Okay, you want to keep playing this game, so here's what we're going to do. And I'm going to get into that in this video. And I started down the road in one freaking day. Wait till you see what I'm about to show you. Wait until you see it. We're going to blow the lid off of this thing. All right. First, I want to start with this, though. Masterworks is one of my sponsors, and from 1995 to 2021, data shows that contemporary art prices outpaced the S&P 500 by 164%. Masterworks lets you break into the exclusive art market without breaking the bank. The Digital Asset Investor is actually going to buy some more artwork through Masterworks this weekend. More on that later, but this is cool, folks, because they've tokenized. They're going out and they're buying real paintings. It could be a Monet, it could be an Andy Warhol, and then they're tokenizing them, turning them into $20 shares, and then you can buy for, I think the minimum investment's $500. I'm actively doing it. This opens up a whole new area for those of us to invest in that traditionally have not been able to buy a $30 million piece of artwork like the wealthy do. So I'll put a link to this in the top of the description of this video. All right, check this out. This is after that news yesterday, with news that Ripple SEC settlement can last into 2023. I know it is very discouraging and demoralizing. That's probably what they want. I see no way XRP price action does nothing. I think he means that he sees no way that there's not going to be some good price action between now and then. He doesn't see it. I think what he's saying is he doesn't see it waiting that long. The third wave has got to happen sooner or later, with or without settlement. Okay, so, and then this is what got everybody, it didn't get me discouraged, it got me pissed off. The idea that Gary Gensler and the SEC, how many times has this clown come out and said, we're here to protect investors, and that's all they care about, and all that. And Jay Clayton too. Are they protecting you and me? I don't think so. And they're doing everything they can to delay this case. And now they're trying to delay it even further. So James Phelan had put this out. Parties filed joint scheduling letter proposing open briefs. And then it says August closing briefs a few days before Christmas. And then Stuart Alderati from Ripple, he's their general counsel, he had retweeted it. And he says, to all that have been following the case thus far, thank you. Know that Ripple is pushing hard and the court is working hard to resolve the case as soon as possible, despite the SEC time, again, doing everything they can to delay. It now looks like resolution will come in 2023, and each day that passes is hurting U.S. citizens who are essentially the victims of a rug pull by the SEC. $15 billion in XRP market cap was destroyed the day the suit was filed, hurting the very people the SEC purports to protect. I'm not going to go through the rest of it. You need to, but suffice it to say, Stuart Alderati and Brad Garlinghouse were both pissed off yesterday. You could tell. Brad Garlinghouse retweeted his and says, over the past couple of years, I found myself becoming far more familiar with the SEC than I ever thought possible, which is why It's beyond ironic that one of their goals is to provide disclosure. Guess they don't need to abide by their own rules. The SEC seems perfectly content to let the U.S. fall further behind, all in the name of protecting their own jurisdiction at the expense of U.S. citizens. Politics over policy is good for no one. We need clear regulatory framework now. All the attorneys weighed in. John Deaton said it's not difficult to read between the lines here. We know from the SEC's recent letter Ripple was asking for mid-May for initial briefs. Most likely the SEC informed Ripple if they don't agree to August, the SEC would ask the judge for December, and Ripple went with certainty, okay? Then Jeremy Hogan weighed in. This schedule is the exact worst case scenario that attorney Philan posted the other day. Ripple case is going into 2023. I've never seen a plaintiff want to delay a case this much. Only defendants normally delay. Why bring a case and then postpone the justice you seek? Well, the answer to that is because it was like John Deaton said, the filing the case itself was the weapon. This was all to stall out Ripple. In contrast, look at the SEC versus Library case schedule. The lawsuit was filed 3 months after the Ripple lawsuit and will finish 6 months sooner. Everything about the Ripple case is strangely backwards. How about strangely shady? Fred Rispoli, who was the guy that was suing Hinman and Clayton and withdrew the lawsuit, he's weighing in too. He says, here's my thoughts on the briefing schedule. If you haven't figured it out by now, SEC versus Ripple case is 100% meant to kneecap Ripple to protect the old money. Goldman Sachs, he lists them. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, the chosen new money, Ethereum, Circle, and he goes on. I'm not going to go through that either because I've got more important things I want to show you that you're going to be like, what? All right, and then James Philan even responded to the feedback he'd been. So everybody was really pissed off and upset that it's been extended. The digital asset investor upset's the wrong word. Pissed off yesterday, maybe, but now I have a mission, because if delay is what they want, I plan on filling my time for the delay. And in order to fill my time, I'd pulled off, but no more. Now we go full throttle, and I've got a battle plan right here for you. The SEC has decided to delay the Ripple case and hold XRP holders hostage into 2023. So we're going to use our time wisely. I've included below the Empower Freedom of Information Act list of the people from the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance that may have communicated with Bill Hinman from May 2017 through December 2020. I researched them all and included the company or firm they are affiliated with as well. I also included John Deaton's timeline. The facts are not in dispute on that timeline, and a link to his website, as well as my own timeline, and the facts are not in dispute on that timeline. Make sure you study the information, because the digging begins today, and you'll have a better understanding of the videos, information that's being posted. So, this is John Deaton's library, and here are the documents that I put up. This was from Empower and Jason Foster. This is their Freedom of Information Act request list of people. These are the personnel from the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Now, I turned that into, I added which firms they're with, or which VC firms. I've always thought that Mike Novogratz and Steven Narioff seem like fish out of water, more Mike Novogratz than anybody. You got one guy from Galaxy Digital, and the rest are basically Union Square Ventures, Andreessen Horowitz, and then these three law firms and Consensus and Ethereum founders, Perkins Coie as well. Okay? So, and then I added my timeline. Okay? My timeline lays out all the dates that all these people were meeting with the SEC. Not all, but a lot of the dates. You need to go through it. And then I've got John Deaton's timeline, and these are the facts, and they are not in dispute. Okay? And so I said Congress doesn't want to help. Crypto industry groups don't want to help. Crypto media does not want to help. Traditional financial media doesn't want to help. The justice system does not want to help. Nobody said saving our country and leaving our kids a future would be easy. Okay? So I decided that, well, first let me show you this from the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel. He sent me an All the World's a Stage tweet. And that is, what if I told you that one event would change everything. That's right. No more SEC, no more judges, no more delays, no more silly paperwork. An executive order behind the scenes. XRP is used in an emergency. All planned, can't you see? Plans within plans, they want you out. Excuse me. And then the digital asset investor decided that I would start my digging. And just wait till you see what I found right out of the gate. And then think to yourself, well, shoot, if he found this the first freaking day of being pissed off, what's going to happen between now and 2023 when Gary Gensler wants to settle this case? Well, the answer to that is a lot's going to be found. And I'm going to find it, and I'm going to do backflips. I'm going to have extra coffee. I'm going to put cinnamon in it just to keep working and finding this stuff. YouTube and I are going to be friends. I'm going to have the list of those Freedom of Information Act people in my mouth. I'm going to chew on it. I might use it as like a play toy while I'm sitting here looking around, because we're going full throttle now. First bombshell incoming today. What information did those involved with that what information did those involved have that the public did not? Did they trade with that information? Retweet everywhere. I just found one of the companies that was shorting XRP, or a handful, however you want to look at it. Remember this, folks. The guy in this video is Kyle Samani. He's managing partner at Multicoin Capital. The video is from 12/13/2018. Remember, the Hinman Free Pass speech was 6/14/18, June 14th, 2018. This is a few months after that. Remember, Chris Dixon is all over the timeline. Chris Dixon is the guy from Andreessen Horowitz that Jay Clayton went over to, told him to put together the industry group. That's the industry group, and you can see it in the timeline here. Chris Dixon is also on the list from he's right there. He's also one of the guys on the list from Andreessen Horowitz on the Freedom of Information Act list from him that Empower and Jason Foster filed. We're waiting because they're stalling on getting us the communications that went on between Hinman on that. Okay. Now, but it's important to understand the two firms, let me reiterate it, the two firms that were the two venture capital firms, the core two venture capital firms that were in all of those, were involved in all of those meetings. And let me show you on my timeline because I want to make sure you understand this. All right. Here's how it went down right here. Right in here. January 24th, 2018, Jay Clayton speaks at Stanford University's Rock Center. Katie Hawn is in the front row and asks Jay Clayton a question. The very next day, Jay Clayton meets with Andreessen Horowitz. At this meeting, Clayton appoints Chris Dixon to get industry players together, requests a memo detailing framework. Industry players include Perkins Coie, McDermott, Will and Emery, Union Square Ventures, and Andreessen Horowitz. This becomes known as the Venture Capital Working Group. These are all the people that were involved. So knowing that those two venture capital firms were involved, and also knowing this, it's important that you understand, Multicoin Capital is Tushar Jain's venture capital firm, or whatever you want to call it. Tushar Jain, remember the videos I showed you yesterday? He's the guy that was being interviewed by Rand Nooner, and he was bashing Ripple and saying the XRP token's a security and it has no value and all that. He also, in that same interview, mentions that Union Square Ventures is an investor in Multicoin Capital. In the clip I'm about to show you, we find out that Andreessen Horowitz, through Chris Dixon, is also an investor in Multicoin Capital. Now listen to what you find out here, folks. This is going to blow you away, because what you're ultimately finding out is that through Multicoin Capital, the same guys, Andreessen Horowitz and Union Square Ventures, who were investors in Multicoin Capital, over here with the right hand, Multicoin Capital was shorting XRP. They're invested in by the two venture capital firms that were in the closed door meetings with the SEC to get Ethereum the free pass. And that's what the left hand is doing leading up to June 14th, 2018. And then by December 13th, 2018, Multicoin Capital is shorting XRP because they think what you're going to hear in this thing, this is their other partner, and his name is Kyle Samani. Listen.
There was some other news this week, too. We have Andreessen Horowitz, one of the leading Silicon Valley venture capital firms, opening their first cryptocurrency fund, $300 million they put into it. It's the first major VC firm to open a crypto fund. You also have a crypto hedge fund. I mean, does this industry need more competition in the fund world? Does this make it harder for you to raise money?
I think it's a super good thing for the ecosystem. Chris Dixon, who's one of the GPs there, and I think Katie Hahn's the other. Chris is an LP in our fund in Multicoin, so know them for a while. Overall, it's a great thing for the ecosystem. We're talking to a lot of endowments today who are looking at the crypto ecosystem, and there's just a real challenge for them and kind of career risk because it's unknown space, a lot of unknown fund managers, and being able to take a top-tier firm with a very well-known general partner there who's been there for 5 or 6 years now, and to kind of launch a dedicated vehicle. It's a very good way for existing institutional LPs to be able to invest in crypto through a known entity or a known vehicle. So I think it's kind of the trickle of opening the floodgates of institutional capital is starting to come in through Chris and Katie's new fund.
Tell us.
Which coins are you shorting?
We're definitely very long biased, and it is our general bias is to be fully deployed or close to fully deployed. And that's where we want to be. We are not fully deployed at the moment, and we are not fully long right now. We have a few shorts open. That's largely a reflection of market cycle and then a few idiosyncratic views about certain assets. So right now we have, for example, shorts open on Ripple and Litecoin. Like Litecoin, in my view, has no reason to exist. It was a fork of Bitcoin. It's just been sitting around.
It's a harsh assessment.
The only investment thesis I've ever heard for Litecoin is it's a testnet for Bitcoin, but that's not an investment thesis. And so, it trades. It's got a 2, 3, 4 billion market cap, whatever the number is. But it doesn't really have a reason to exist. It's clearly more risky than Bitcoin, just kind of structurally in terms of brand and everything else. When we look at Ripple, Ripple they keep selling into the market. Based on kind of the SEC's guidance from a couple weeks ago about Ether being not being a security, it's quite clear to us that Ripple is a security. We don't know when that news is going to drop, but the catalysts seem to have kind of gone away from Ripple, and we have very high conviction that it is a security. And so as kind of the system plays out over time, we think that short will deliver idiosyncratic returns.
So the security label is kind of a designation that kind of dooms these cryptocurrency. I think it's kind of a fatal designation.
So the challenge with being labeled security in the space formally is that not a single exchange in the world today that trades crypto is a SEC registered exchange. If you go to the SEC's website and look at exchanges, SEC certified exchanges, there's like 10 or 12 of them. It's NASDAQ, NYSE, CFTC, the CBOE, right?
Well, a bunch of them are pursuing financial regulations that will allow them to do that.
And some have broker-dealer licenses like Coinbase and some others.
Right, so Coinbase has got an ATS now, they got a broker-dealer license, but that's a long way away from being an SEC registered exchange. And that's a multi-year process, and that's well known to be a super, super difficult thing to do. And so my point is that if Ripple is labeled a security formally by the SEC, all of the crypto exchanges are going to stop trading Ripple because they are not SEC certified exchanges, SEC registered exchanges. And so if that happens, liquidity is going to dry up on XRP and the price will plummet.
Well, we'll just have to see how the coins...
See how this works, folks? And then Digital Perspectives was picking up on it. So A16Z, Union Square Ventures were the two VCs working with the Ethereum Free Pass while having closed-door meetings with the SEC, and Multicoin Capital was shorting XRP in 2018, and both of them were investors in Multicoin Capital. And I went on, I was so mad when I saw this, I decided to tweet it out again and copy Gary, Hester Pierce, Allison Heron Lee. Think about this. Both Union Square Ventures and A16Z were in the closed-door meetings with the SEC, which led to the Ethereum Free Pass speech. Both were also investors in Multicoin Capital that was shorting XRP. Are you freaking kidding me? This entire industry should be pissed off. I don't care what your coin is. Everybody listening to my voice that gives a rat's ass about their country, the United States of America, should be demanding an investigation into all this. This is not capitalism, folks. This is something else, and it's something really nasty and dirty. And these people need to be held accountable. All the people involved in this need to be investigated. This is sick. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that I'm a dog with a bone or a dog with a piece of paper in my mouth. And we're going full throttle because I smell I smell these buzzards like the buzzards in my deer stand I was talking about yesterday. It's on like Donkey Kong, and that's the fact, Jack.